Hi, I'm Irving, and I'm an Adamaniac. Part 1 was called Hot Off the Griddle. They like to rhyme them, so what's Part 2 called? Oh, well, I was hoping it was Batman and Catwoman. Never mind.
What time is it, Robin?
What time is it? Who cares what time it is?
Judging from the position of Old Sol, in just 16 seconds, we're going to have a respite.
How can you tell?
Don't you remember? There's an eclipse of the sun due.
But that's only for a half minute.
That's all we'll need, Robin. If my calculus is correct.
And of course it always is. The eclipse arrives right on schedule.
Move the magnifying glass precisely 14 degrees to your left. I've calculated the azimuthal equidistant projection of the sun's rays. But be careful, Robin. 1 degree too little or too much, and your hand will be reduced to an ash.
No pressure, but we wouldn't want you to make an ash of yourself. They're tied down. How are they supposed to move those magnifying glasses? It's easy because A, their feet aren't tied down, just tied together, and B, there's a convenient handle sticking out at just the right distance and angle that they can reach it with their feet and make precision movements. Well, shucks, I'm certainly convinced. Sadly, Robin's aim was slightly off, and he was forever after known as Lefty. As quick as that's done, nothing's particularly hot anymore, and they can take their time getting off those things.
Haven't you noticed how we always manage to escape the vicious ensnarements of our underhanded opponents? Don't you know why?
Because we're smarter than they are.
I prefer to believe it's because our hearts are pure.
In the Batcave, they reason that Catwoman's reference to Mount Gotham must mean the tallest building in the city. That's the Gotham State Building, so they rush over there.
Uh-oh. Better put 5 cents in the meter.
No policeman's going to give the Batmobile a ticket.
No matter, Robin. This money goes toward building better roads. We all must do our part. Good citizenship, you know?
Holy taxation. You're right again, Batman.
Millionaire Bruce Wayne just contributed 5 cents toward better roads. What a model citizen. They asked the guy who runs the place about unusual events happening there today.
Yes, we've rented the penthouse for a party late this afternoon.
With whom did you make this transaction?
With, Mr. Zubin Zucchini.
Zubin Zucchini. He's the eccentric millionaire who cornered the sulfur market in the 1920s.
And established the world-famous Ruby Match Company.
Well, one and the same.
Come on, Robin, there's no time to lose.
We need to check the mailbox for our invitation. Meanwhile, a couple of henchmen are outside Zucchini's house and watch him leave. Catwoman says, proceed with Plan A.
Well, I'm all ready, young man. Yes, young lady, what is it?
Are you Miss Minerva Matthews, the well-known wealthy recluse?
For lack of a better cognomen? Yes, I am.
I wonder what her plan is.
Yes. Can I help you, young man?
I'm the armored car driver come to take you to the Gotham State Building, ma'am.
By the way, everybody who goes to a Zubin Zucchini party gets there by armored car, including Zucchini himself. Nobody asks why, because he's eccentric.
Oh, good. Do you have the money?
$500,000 from your Christmas Club account.
Oh, good. That Mr. Zucchini just insists upon cash. Doesn't trust checks since the banks bounced back in 1929.
That sounds way funny today, but keep in mind this was only about 30 years after the end of the Depression, so a lot of people remembered the crash and a lot of people actually felt that way. Still funny though. On the armored car ride, Catwoman disguised as Miss Minerva tries to engage the driver in conversation and almost acts like she's hitting on him. If she is, you can't blame her. Then she gets word that Batman has escaped and we get to hear those immortal words.
Curses spoiled again.
She tells them to switch to Plan B. At the building, she takes possession of the money and heads inside while we see Zucchini go in carrying 2 violin cases. I wonder if there's a connection. Because it was just that easy to shut down an elevator and the switch was always right out there in the open so anybody could screw with it. I'm sorry, bull what? Catwoman orders her men out onto the ledge of the 102nd floor just as Batman and a bunch of cops pull up.
Catwoman's up there, and she's about to make off with the bundle if we let her.
But Batman, we still don't know what she's stealing.
8 pieces of catgut.
How much could they be worth?
Plenty. They're attached to 2 Stradivarius violins.
Sometimes I think Batman is just messing with their heads. Either that or he's been reading too many Jimmy's Boa books to Dick.
But why here?
The 102nd floor of the Gotham State Building is the only place in Gotham City with the proper altitude and humidity to inspect those violins. They haven't been out of their cases in 30 years and might crack in the improper atmosphere.
Altitude? What does air pressure have to do with it? We're talking about humidity here. And any decent library, like the one Riddler broke into for that book, is going to have a climate-controlled room. I have to call shenanigans on that one. And even if air pressure were a factor, any decent climate-controlled room will be able to control the air pressure too. So I can't buy it. Batman, of course, knows the real reason. It makes a more dramatic story if there's always a chance of somebody plummeting 102 stories and getting smashed to a bloody pulp.
Look! Up there! Are they birds? Are they planes?
No,
Superman!
cat burglars.
Oh, right, they're Catwoman's henchmen standing on the ledge. So naturally, Gordon thought they were planes.
She's put the elevators out of commission, Commissioner.
So get over there and commission them, Commissioner. Batman grabs the Batjet. Isn't it amazing how he was just finishing up work on those today? He tells Gordon that they should have just enough lift to get one of those cars up to the penthouse. Unfortunately, Batman forgot one little thing.
Each one contains enough compressed batchin to lift a 5,000-pound automobile more than 500 miles in the air.
Since an elevator car with him in it doesn't weigh anything close to 5,000 pounds, using both of them sent Batman right through the roof and into the stratosphere where he remains in orbit to this day.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lift off.
In the penthouse, Catwoman is checking out the merchandise.
Seems to be an excellent tune. Ought to be. Paying enough for it.
There's only $499,000 here.
Ah, I tipped the young driver $1,000 for being so sweet. Didn't think you'd mind.
Call it a discount for false advertising, since those are steel strings, not catgut.
It is my money. You old goat.
It's my money now. A deal is a deal.
You are categorically wrong.
You know what would be great? If she got into a fight with him but stayed in character as Minerva.
What are you doing?
I'm getting out of these mousy clothes and into the guise of
Catwoman.
Catwoman!
Now hand over the cash, Zucchini.
The heck you say?
The heck I say, is it?
Maybe you can bully an aging mogul, but not me, Catwoman.
I was wondering when he was going to show up. He was significantly absent from the Batman sequences.
Robin, my little chickadee, how nice to see you again.
You'd better come quietly, Catwoman. It looks like you've been thwarted.
Look again, my effervescent elf.
Ow!
Will he ever learn to shut up and put the cuffs on people? Then again, Batman still hasn't learned that either, as we saw with Falseface.
We're not going straight down. We're going straight up, sweetheart. This is our ticket to freedom.
It's good they labeled it Getaway Rocket so nobody forgets what it's there for. And how did they get it there? I don't want to ask. I do wonder how much they paid Wile E. Coyote for that thing. The henchmen get ready to throw Robin out the window.
Unhand that boy, and be quick about it, or I'll know the reason why.
They throw him at Batman instead and hop on the rocket.
I think all we have to do now is blast off.
You can't get away from Batman that easy.
Easily.
Easily.
Good grammar is essential, Robin.
Thank you, Batman.
You're welcome.
I am having such a nerdgasm right now. The fight starts. While Batman and Robin beat up on the bad guys, Catwoman is still trying to start the rocket. But she's nothing if not multi-talented. She finally gives up. If I was her, I'd be a little wary of high places after what happened last time. And where's she going anyway? Okay, step one, take the heels off.
Be careful, Catwoman. There's no way out. Come back.
I'd rather die.
Don't be ridiculous.
You convinced me.
At that moment, a huge gust of wind came along and swept her off the ledge. Her final thought was, again? Batman has her drop the violins, they were fake anyway, and the cash and tie the bat rope around her waist. He ties the other end to a table nearby. That would be why.
Hold on, Catwoman. I'll pull you up. Oops.
Oops. Robin sends that guy back to Dreamland, then looks for Batman.
I'm okay, Robin. Just get us out of here.
Batman, you saved my life.
It was the least I could do.
How can I ever come back to you again after all you've done for me?
Let's hope it never comes to that, Catwoman. Because in the end, veracity and rectitude always triumph.
Batman, are you spoken for? Meredith gates are going steady.
My crime fighting leaves me little time for social engagements.
Boy, have I got a girl for you.
Yes, let the innocent flirting begin.
You've been really swell, Batman. What with testifying against me at the trial and all. You'll never know how much I appreciated that.
Batman protests that he has to do his job, while Robin offers some encouragement.
Don't fret. With good behavior, you could be out in 7.5 years.
I'll be an old tabby by then.
That's our Robin, helpful as ever.
Never fear, there'll always be someone waiting for one as beauteous as you.
This is Batman flirting.
That's the nicest thing you could have said. May I?
You didn't think two people who are obviously sexually attracted to each other would actually kiss, did you? What kind of smutty show do you think this is?
I wonder if we've seen the end of her.
I wouldn't hazard a guess, Robin.
I'm looking at it right now, and a mighty fine end it is.
Why, Batman, are you blushing?
It's the heat of the day, Commissioner. Unseasonably warm, don't you think?
And this suit is unseasonably tight in places. I think I'll go back to the Batcave and take care of that. Catwoman's plan is pretty shrewd. Pose as the rich eccentric, then bilk the other rich eccentric for both the money and the antique violins. It's bold, it's fairly simple, it's brazen, it's the kind of plot you expect from Catwoman. Julie Newmar delivers. In other news, water is wet. One of the unsung performances in this pair of episodes is by Jack Kelly as the sleazy gossip columnist. He plays several key parts in the unfolding of this story, and he pulled it off so believably I wanted to spit on him. The only thing I have an issue with is the cliffhanger setup. She had them unconscious in a room with a floor that was so hot it was going to cook their feet. Why not just leave them there? Why go with the elaborate thing with the magnifying glasses and the giant hibachis and all that? It wasn't a case of wanting to draw it out, since she already tried throwing him out a window. That's the only real seam I can find in this story, and I was delighted with everything else. I'm ecstatic that we're starting to have a little romantic tension between these two, so bring her back soon. I want more. I am Irving, and I'm a voyeur, an Adamaniac.